Well, this last game, we probably saw Dak use his feet more to extend plays, getting out of the pocket than we'd seen at any other point this season. Just talk about his ability to do that and how it incorporates into this or any other offense.
For sure, you guys been here for a while, and that's one of the better parts of Dak's game is playing above what we call the 2.3, kind of the natural length of the play, and that definitely came to life against the Chargers. Something that we've been preaching as a squad. It's in every Coach McCarthy system. That's always been a big part of the defense, or excuse me, a big part of the offensive plan. Just because get above that 2.3 and you can distort the defense a little bit, and I thought we did a great job of that on Monday night.
How impressive is it to have a quarterback like Dak who can go out there and have a bad game, 3 interceptions against the 49ers, and 1 week later go out and have one of the best games of the season?
Yeah, it speaks to Dak's resilience, and that's one thing I've learned about him in my 4 years here. You won't find a more resilient dude in football and in life, and that's why we love him, and that's why we embrace him as our leader because of what he brings to the table. As the quarterback of the Cowboys, there's a lot that comes with that, and no one handles it better than him.
How has Lance been progressing?
Really pleased with Trey so far. Like his approach to me is what stands out more than anything. Like this guy is willing to improve. He puts in the time in the classroom and on the field and wants to get better, and I'm appreciative of that.
How do you foster that environment where he's a third-string quarterback, but at the same time, you're preparing for the next week, but you still want to develop him, and how does that all kind of balance out?
Sure, you're really just trying to fight for reps any way you can get them, and they come in different forms. Having been a backup most of my career, well versed in that you're trying to steal those reps. So they come in the form of walkthroughs out here. They come in the form of answering questions correctly in the classroom. And then the thing you're always saying is try to put yourself in the shoes of the starter in the practice field or the classroom. And Trey's been great there, and you're just trying to maximize those reps because you don't get many real ones during the regular season.
What's the challenge in balancing the mentoring aspect of it from guys like Dak, Cooper Rush, with Trey Lance, but also understanding particularly Cooper Rush and Trey Lance is trying to get reps in practice as well?
Yeah, I think just our room. I'm so proud of our guys. Like everyone's worked well together, from Dak to Cooper to Trey. All these guys are have the right mindset, and they're all in it to help one another out. So that makes my life easier for sure. And that's who those guys are. That's what's great about it. Is it's not something that's trained. It's just who those guys are.
What's the balance? Pregame work that Trey has, go to the game, and he's really working hard. How much does that kind of help him get the reps and those kinds of things?
Yeah, it's big just because again you're fighting for reps, like I said earlier, and that's one of our opportunities. Thankfully, with this new rule where you can dress 3, you get the opportunity to, if you want, work these guys out, and it gives us a one-on-one setting to work through some of the kinks throughout the week.
What's the balance of Trey learning your own offense and things like that versus also doing scout team work? And then also along those lines, later in the year when you play Jalen Hurts and things like that, does it help to have a guy who can replicate a lot of that?
Yeah, I think Coop does a great job on scout team as well, giving the proper look. We try to be intentional about the look we're given, and Trey's been a great asset as well there. And it's really kind of, I don't know if you're really flipping a switch to play a guy, because at the end of the day, we're all trying to fight for the same things, trying to fight for completions and move the chains in any way possible. So I think that's really the focus in each practice, and those guys have been excellent so far.
With those pregame workouts, what are some of the things that you put into those workouts for Trey and to allow him to continue to take those reps and make them quality reps?
Yeah, I think Trey's young. He's 23 years old, so that's the beauty of it is that, I appreciate that Coach McCarthy is big on the fundamentals. It's the NFL, but yet there's still a focus on those fundamentals, and sometimes that does get lost. There's some thought process of, oh, well, you are who you are when you get in this league, and with Coach, he's always fighting for, no, we can always get better fundamentally, and with Trey, there's a multitude. I mean, like every quarterback, there's footwork elements, there's release elements, and you just try to, like I said earlier, steal as many reps as you can.
And like you said, you've been with the organization a few years now. What's one of the biggest growth points you've seen in Dak Prescott from your first day here to now?
He's always had the resilience and all of that ability. I've been impressed with his ability to physically improve himself on the field as a quarterback, and then also mentally. You know, like it's funny how this thing works as a quarterback. Your library of reps, you think about that, like, you know, the quarterbacks that are playing longer years, well, their library is also growing, and their experiences, good and bad, that they've had on the field. So I've seen growth there in just his ability to read coverage, but then also apply the playbook that we're implementing.
Given your history with Mike and him taking over play calling this year, just have you seen that communication between the quarterback and Mike, and how that process has kind of taken form in the last 6 weeks?
Yeah, from my perspective, it's been pretty seamless. Like it's fun watching those guys interact and share their thoughts. And again, I get to be kind of the fly on the wall, and maybe a little bit of a middleman in between to, hey, all right, okay, here's perspective here and there, and put the ideas together. And but like, to me, there's been a lot of familiarity with the new system, but also just the communication with Coach and Dak. I mean, it's not their first rodeo together either, because what is it, years? You guys helped me out, year 4 for Coach too. Yeah, so it's not totally new.
In what ways has Mike McCarthy changed from, I'm talking even your days in Green Bay with him, to now, both as a play caller or coach and as a person as well?
Yeah, I would say more similarities than differences. I've just always appreciated the way Coach calls a game, the way he coaches the game, and then just the human being that he is. I just always appreciated that, and that part hasn't changed.
In your days,
When Dak misses a throw, like he lamented the Pollard one there at the end, what do you try and get across to him there? Like, hey, you can't miss that, or hey, it's okay, you know the next time what you have to do?
I think the first thing is you're always trying to see, okay, fundamentally, was there anything that can be corrected, and so that's always the starting point. And then from there, like, you're going to miss passes in this league. That's part of the deal. It's hard when you got these dudes rushing after you. So that's part of the game. Just like baseball, 300 average, and you're in the All-Star game, and that means that 2 out of 3 times you're not getting on base. So, like, that's part of the game too. But the same token, we're always trying to figure out the why behind it and then improve ourselves moving forward.
how many times as a player and a coach have you heard Mike use the 2.3 line and talk about it and just kind of its role in the offense, every offense?
Yeah, quite frequently, I would say. And I'm a proponent for it as well. After I've just seen enough reps of how the dynamics of it and how it can change a game, and I am on board with that as well.
In general, what's available after the 2.3 that's enhanced before when you get to that point? I know it varies.
Yeah, I think just I think of it from a defensive perspective. Everyone has a plan for the initial start of the play, where everyone's trying to get to, or who they're covering. Whether it's man or zone, and then once you get beyond that, regular stage of the play, now the defense has to ad lib as well. And whether it's, if it's man defense, now you might lose vision on the quarterback because your eyes are on your, the receiving pieces, or you're in a zone mentality and now you lose what's going on behind you if you're a defender. There's advantages to everything when you're able to extend a play, but everyone's involved. It's not just the quarterback, it's the perimeter,
the
it's the
ad-lib
line.
always benefits the offense, because at least quickly you have the ball and you can make the determination where to go, where the defense has to react.
Yeah, I think so. And there's always an element of you got to be smart with it too. Like, you always want to try to get the ball back to the line of scrimmage. You don't want to take unnecessary negative yards when you're out of the pocket. So,
how do you reconcile that? I know Dak earlier was talking to some of us about the footwork in this is different than what he's had, and like, so when the heels down on the third time, he's looking to deliver it. How do you reconcile the discipline of that to know when to break that and go And does that take some time?
I
Tommy,
think,
is that
yeah,
what-
I think every play has its natural time clock, and that's the beauty of the more reps you get with certain plays. You start understanding, okay, this look doesn't feel right, so you're able to maybe I don't know, ad lib on the plays sooner, knowing that this isn't the look that I need on this play. There's a repetition element that comes with it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah. Thank you guys. Yeah. Enjoy the bye week. Thank you guys. Yeah.